Sage here for Kalkine Media. Please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon to be notified of the latest videos. Today's topic is which debt investment funds pay the monthly dividends. A company distributes its surplus profit to the shareholders in form of dividends, and the board of directors of the company decides to pay a proportion of the profit and dividends to shareholders. And many ASX-listed firms pay dividends twice a year in forms of interim and final dividends. But it is not mandatory for a company to pay dividends twice a year. And most ASX-listed firms pay dividends after interim or annual results. However, the companies rarely pay quarterly dividends due to the administrative burden of issuing thousands of payments regularly. However, there is a subset of stocks that pays dividends on a regular basis, and these are mainly debt investment funds. These funds directly disperse loans to borrowers since they receive regular interest on the underlying loaned amount, and these funds remain in a position to issue monthly dividends. Here are 5 debt funds that pay monthly dividends. KKR Credit Income Fund. It is a listed investment trust which invests in investment funds managed by KKR's credit investment teams, and MCPs will pay a dividend of 0.025 Australian dollars on the 15th of July 2021. And for the financial year ended 30th June 2022, KKC targets a distribution of 4.8% based on the net tangible asset or NTA per unit of 2.501 Australian dollars. The manager is confident that KKC will continue to target a distribution yield within the range of 4 to 6% per annum. MCP Income Opportunities Trust. MCP Income Opportunities Trust, or MOT, seeks to provide investors exposure to a portfolio of private credit investments such as warrants, options, preference shares and equity. MCPs will pay a dividend of 0.019 Australian dollars on 8th July 2021. The annual dividend yield stands at 7.04%. MCP Master Income Trust. The investors can get direct exposure to the Australian corporate loan market, a space dominated by regulated banks, through MCP Master Income Trust. And MCP will pay a dividend of 0.006 Australian dollars on 8th July 2021. The annual dividend yield stands at 4.66%. NB Global Corporate Income Trust is next. NB Global Corporate Income Trust invests in high-yield bonds of large liquid global companies to provide stable monthly income. NB Global will pay a dividend of 0.017 Australian dollars on 9th July 2021 as of the close of business on Wednesday, the 30th of June 2021. The unaudited estimate of the NTA per unit of NB Global Corporate Income Trust was $2.05 Australian. And next up, Perpetual Credit Income Trust. The fund seeks to provide regular income by investing in a diversified credit and fixed income asset portfolio. It targets a total return equal to the RBA's cash rate plus 3.25% per annum through the economic cycle. Perpetual Credit Income Trust will pay a dividend of 0.003 Australian on 7th July 2021. So why do not companies pay regular dividends? As already discussed, companies do not find it efficient from cost-benefit analysis to issue dividends on a regular basis. It involves higher costs for a company to issue thousands of payments regularly. Thanks for joining us. Please like, share and comment on the video below and subscribe to the YouTube channel. Press the bell icon, you'll be notified of the latest videos. For more information and regular updates, please head to the website kalkinemedia.com. And this is Sage for Kalkine Media.